I've played Guild Wars 2 for over 20,000 hours, and I've learned a whole lot and collected just about everything in the game, so it's a perfect time to go round again. Join me in the adventures of my completely fresh account known only as the Microtransaction Enjoyer, on the quest of obtaining and unlocking everything in the game, from legendary gear and mounts to living world story episodes, maps, and ultimate gem store quality of life, purely through efficient and somewhat sensible gameplay. No real money required. 3 builds on this guy. 3 builds at the same time. So I think I'm going to use our equipment template here. Wait, do I have an equipment template? Ooh, I only have a build template. Ooh. Okay, I won't gear DPS mech just yet. Well, I might buy the gear, but... I'll buy the gear, but I just won't equip it because I'm not going to play it that often. That's fine. Oh, they're on sale. Maybe I could squeeze... Ooh. 400 gems. Man. How much would that be? This is pain right now. 100 gold. We could do a bit of a sell down and maybe grab that. We could make that happen. We could, we could do a little something there. Okay. Right. Let's get in gear, though, first. This one is going to be incredibly easy, and let me show you why. Because I'm actually just going to use the starter gear. So this is the character that I use my second boost on, and support builds. Here's the interesting thing. Obviously, you want to get ascended on supports, obviously, right? It's desirable. And we're going to get givers on our back piece here, and givers on our amulet to boost our boon duration as high as possible. But exotic gear will actually work on supports, no problem. Because you're not super worried about damage, you're just worried about boons. And in general, you can get carried really hard by having monk runes, healing food, that you don't really lose that much. Healing power isn't quite as impactful as, say, power or condition damage. So you don't really need to have perfect gear. Obviously, it's desirable, right? It's definitely something that's worth going for, and I will eventually upgrade this guy to full ascended, of course, and probably a Giver's Minstrel mix. But we actually don't need to worry about that just yet. We can get by simply by using some solid exotic gear on this character. And as a result of that, I think I'm just going to go ahead and buy an exotic mace shield, and it will be givers, because I want maximum boon duration. So I want givers pearl, and we're going to get ourselves a shell, the shield here. Oh, 3 gold? I'm getting ripped off. Yep. Okay. And we need the mace as well. Where is it? Bludgeoner. Wait, what is this? Wait, why is that so expensive? What is this scam? Wait, how can I craft this and save money here? That's ridiculous. Why is it so expensive? That is an actual highway robbery, guys. Okay, we're getting robbed. Holy shit. Why is the buy order like 3 gold? It must be really cheap to craft. Okay. Concentration, here we go. Let's see if we can get a better deal. Yes, we can. Yeah. So here we go, guys. Look. Observe. Minstrel's Pearl Bludgeoner. Well, whatever. The Giver's one is about the same. 12 gold. We can get the exotic one from Winter's Day. 40 silver. Yeah. So let me actually just quickly, let's talk about that. Should we talk about that, guys? I'm going to get a better item with an upgrade. See this? It's the sigil we want. We want concentration sigil, yeah? Look at this. Check this out. 10% boon duration and the same stats, okay? And let's take a look at the price. 30 times cheaper. Same item. In fact, better item. Use the filters for what you're looking for, guys. Search for the stats. See if you can get a better deal. 30 times cheaper. Yeah, and I get a skin. So here we go. Now we can get our mace and our shield equipped. Lovely. I did actually buy another transference sigil, but I'm actually too lazy to move it from my other character, so I'm just going to buy another one again. Yeah, I got scammed with the shield. Well, can I get a better deal? Let's see if I can get a better deal here. Okay. And let's search for the stats. Yep, you can. You can indeed get a shield for 50 silver compared to 30 gold. Okay, listen, guys. You know, those filters, they're going to save you. You know, you're going to get some value. Yeah? Wow. I'm going to buy it because I want the skin. I want to have the skin. Here we go. Okay. And we can get this on as well. There we go. Yeah. And you get the sigil. So we got scammed. It feels bad, guys. You know, it's a harsh world out there. It is, you know. It's people looking to scam you. I feel like I'm playing EVE Online all over again. Okay. Now, monk runes. I'll buy food first, actually. Oh, right. Right. Healers. Healing fans. Healing food is broken OP. 100 healing power and 10% extra healing. Imagine if a food gave you 10% extra damage. There was a food like that called Seaweed Salve. They had to nerf it. Food is busted. If you're a healer and you're not using food, what's wrong with you? You're actually trolling. Same thing with the oils. The oils are insane. Bountiful maintenance oil. Look at this. It converts your healing power and concentration into percentage outgoing healing. It actually turns out that this is basically like, you know, 15%-ish, right? Like 12%, 30%, depends on your gear, obviously. This food is broken. Definitely use it, especially if you're going into raids. In strike missions, honestly, it's not that much of a big deal. But when you're doing raids and stuff, use the food. It's very good. Very high value. Your team will thank you. You'll see bigger green numbers. It's going to be a good time. Right, monk runes. So, the best way to get monk runes is actually dungeons, funnily enough. Dungeons are your salvation here. Always go for dungeons, go big, blast those out. They're actually decent gold per hour as well. If you genuinely despise dungeons and you just can't even imagine ever doing a single dungeon, there actually is another way to get monk runes. Don't despair. Buy major runes, just the cheapest ones you can get on the trading post. So upgrade components, go to armor runes. And buy the cheapest, rare ones you can. Put them in the Mystic Forge, and this actually has a chance to give you an upgrade. It will upgrade you to an exotic rune, and that can actually include monk runes. So just basically go there, go to the Forge, sit there for a little bit, and you'll get the job done. It's actually surprisingly fast as well, especially with the new refill functionality. So if you just can't ever bring yourself to do dungeons, you're kind of in luck there. All right, nice. And we need 6 of these. 720. And by the way, that's like not that many dungeons even. We're going to do some more dungeons later on because I need some nightmare runes and probably another set of monk runes for my firebrand as well. So bit of dungeoneering to do. Right, let's get that. Whoa. Whoa, we got double warning here, guys. Check this out. Apply superior to the monk to Celestial Eagle Eye Goggles of the Engineer. Warning, it will be destroyed. Celestial Eagle Eye Goggles of the Engineer is an item boost level and your upgrade cannot be retrieved by salvaging or using an upgrade starter. Yep, fine by me. Because again, we are perfectly okay to use Celestial gear on our healer. In fact, here's a fun fact for you. A lot of the teams that were doing Harvest Temple Challenge Mode progression actually used Celestial. And Celestial Heal Mech is actually quite a common pick. Even now, actually, just as something that kind of squeezes out a bit more damage. Because again, healing power is good, but it's not actually that good. You can certainly get away with it. You're mostly carried by your modifiers. You'll notice, take a look at this. Notice this, how I get 20% healing from my monk runes. I get 10% healing and then an extra 1% when you apply a boon for 10 stacks, 20% total. We get 10% from our transference sigil. We get 20% from our medkit bonus and health insurance, and we get another 25% from our food. So what you'll notice here, right, is that we get our healing almost gets doubled right? Which is way more powerful than our healing power is. Our healing power is impactful, obviously, but what really makes us heal a lot is actually our gear choices and our consumable choices. So that's kind of interesting to know there, right? Of course, the build that I really like on Mech actually is a Giver's setup for maximum boon duration, but we are completely good to go here, especially with our little bit of extra boon duration, utilizing some Giver's pieces here with our Transference and Concentration Sigil. You can see now that we're up to 85% boon duration, and that is going to be more than enough for all of our needs on this build, and we actually have still 900 healing power, which is absolutely perfect. With food, we're going to be, you know, absolutely blasting here. No problemo. So, good news. We now have our heal Mechanist. Good to go. And remember, this character is ready to do anything. I actually want to kind of talk about this because we're going to be using a lot of exotic gear on some of these characters, but make no mistake, that does not mean that they aren't ready to clear hard content. I would be totally confident, by the way, playing this on Harvest Temple CM. If I was going to join my static for Harvest Temple CM, I would be 100% confident that I would have zero issues performing as required on exactly this character, even though it's exotic and the gear stats are not perfect. We would have zero issues with completing the content, the hardest fight in the game with a character like this. Okay, let's go ahead and gear something else. This is actually one of my favorite builds that we're going to do next, and I think I'll try to make it as ascended as I can, because I really like this build, so I want to kind of squeeze the juice. So I think this is going to be another one where we're going to use some of our Eternal Ice Shards. And that is going to be Power Alacrity Mechanist, which I view as just flat out one of the best builds in the game. This build is amazing. It is so good. You can see the build here. It has some similarities to Heal Mech. It uses similar mech abilities, the same mech abilities, in fact. But we're obviously going to be using a rifle and a bunch of Berserker and Assassin gear. I'll actually do the spoiler alert ahead of time. Look, what you're looking for is about 45% crit and 50% boon duration. If you can get to that, you're in business, right? And I'll actually run over why that is. So, Fury gives us 25% critical strike chance, okay? So you might think, wait a minute, that doesn't sound like 100%. What the hell's up with that? Well, here we go. We get another 15% from Hematic Focus when we're attacking bleeding foes. That's 15% crit. And another 15% while we're within 400 range, which is pretty easy to maintain, of course. So in other words, we get 30% plus 25%, 55% crit, okay, on that. Combined with a base of 45%, gets our Power Alacrity Mechanist to 100% critical strike chance, which is very, very good. You absolutely love to see that. And then about 50% boon duration. That is super comfy. You can definitely run less than if you want, but if you go with that amount of boon duration, very, 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 very cozy indeed. And look, I'm going to give you, this is, by the way, this is true for all boon classes. Hey, check this out. Lucent Oil. This food is ultra stat efficient. Take a look at this. Gain concentration equal to 3% of your power and 3% of your precision. And the oil is the same, but with Condi, although toxic maintenance oil actually typically works a little bit better for Condi builds that want to apply boons. So if you're having difficulty upkeeping boons, slap on this food and you don't need to change your gear, right? It's very stat efficient. It will give you like an extra 10, even a little bit more than 10% boon duration on a power build and a Condi build with the toxic oil. Very, very handy if you just find yourself needing a little bit of extra duration. And you can do that without rejiggling your gear, which is super cool. You can simply change your food instead, which obviously is a little bit less of a hassle and less expensive up front as well. But anyway, let's get to gearing this character. So how are we going to do this? So number one, it's time to get naked. Yeah. All right. So our back piece is going to be Diviner for a start. And the amulet is going to be Diviner as well. So it looks like a little bit heavy on the Diviner this time. Yeah, we need... Okay, so let's see what Ascended we've got left over in the tank, because we can probably do some transmutation here, once again. Now, if we wanted to use exotic, this would be so easy, because we have so much exotic gear, actually. Loads of exotic gear, but I do want to do some Ascended stuff. If we can possibly make that happen. Living Water Rifle. That's a great start. That's a weapon. And again, remember, this is a power build, so having that extra weapon strength is amazing. So we have our Diviner Rifle. Again, just going from the hardstuck.gg build. Definitely where you want to be, guys. Good build. Check it out. So there we are. Diviner Rifle. Lovely. And that's going to get us set up there. That's our first... Look, I think we're done. We're done, right? Okay, what's next? So, what's the strategy here? Weapon is done. That's very good. So, we need a full set of trinkets here. And I don't have any winter berries. So it's going to be eternal ice shards. We have our accessory. We still have some of those talismans, so let's get that in. This needs to be... They need to both be assassin. Double assassin accessory. Okay. So now I think we're going to burn our eternal ice shards. I think we're going all in as well. And then we'll figure out the armor afterwards. So we need an accessory and 2 rings. Ooh, let's see if we can afford that. I reckon we can with just the eternal ice shards. Okay, there we go. And this needs to be assassins. Lovely. You can see we're already at 40% boon duration. So, now we have to get some clothes for our char. Right now, right now we're looking a little bit unhinged. We're running around with a rifle and a giant mech, but no clothes. So we might want to get on that. So let's see. How are we going to do Ascended on this guy? We need... Here's the thing. A lot of the gear we need here is actually core stats. It's going to be a lot of Berserker and a lot of Assassin. So that might help us here a little bit. We could honestly craft... I actually can't craft. I don't have leatherworking. Crafting would be an option here, I think. But I'm going to try and avoid that because I don't want to. I have 400 shards. That's not enough for a full set of Ascended. We can get a few pieces. We might not be able to get this guy in full Ascended, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm honestly tempted to actually get leatherworking here. I'm actually very tempted to do it because I kind of want Ascended on this guy, not exotic. And I have the gold, right? I have the gold for it. I could easily buy all the pieces. Yeah, I should have crafted... Yeah, that's true. I should have crafted heavy and used the chests on Engie. That's actually very true. That's very, very true, actually. That's what we should have done. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do the crafting later. We're leaving this char naked for now, okay? That's what we're doing. Actually, no, we aren't. Because I will actually go ahead and set up our DPS mech. That is what we'll go ahead and do. Right, so we're going to do a very quick, cheeky, exotic power mech here. And this is where the true glory of the trading post is really going to come through. Let's actually track the gold. So I'm at 245 gold right now. Let's see how much this actually costs. So we're going to get ourselves a raid and strike mission ready DPS power build. Honestly, a great one too as well. It's a very, very nice power build, to be fair. It's very strong. One of my favorite DPS builds. It's range, it's got loads of CC, pumps hard, it can heal itself. It's tanky, beautiful. Can remove boons with the mine. Oh man, it's good. Okay, so let's go ahead and buy all the gear we need, because look at this. Once again, the filter... I'll actually show you guys how to find this, because you might go, but wait, how do I know that it's called Nika's Armor? Well, once again, here comes the filter. Exotic. And we're going to select Armor. And we're going to select Power. Precision. And Ferocity, because we want Berserker gear for this. And Sort by price... Oh, make sure it's level 80 as well. And lo and behold... it will reveal itself to you. Now we can just go ahead and buy. Insta-buy, you could place buy orders if you really want to, but I'm not going to. We'll go ahead and buy ourselves a full set of Berserker gear, which, again, is actually more than good enough for even really, really hard content in the game. If you rock up to a raid challenge mode with full exotic power mech, you can get top DPS, no problem. In fact, when I play this build, I almost certainly will get top DPS in a lot of pugs, even if I'm playing full exotic. You will completely smash everyone. Once again, we're going to want Scholar Runes for this, of course. So we want 6 of those. Good. And we actually will pick up our sigils. We can actually use the same sigils, I think, on this weapon. Okay, we want our Force Sigil for 5% damage, obviously, very standard. And a Sigil of Impact as well. Sigil of Air, I think Sigil of Air is actually a little bit better on Power Alacrity. The reason for that is because the Air Sigil is basically more than a 3% DPS increase. So I think Air Sigil is better on Alacrity. However, we'll use the same rifle on both, and I believe the Impact Sigil is superior for the regular DPS mech, because the build overall does a bit more damage, so the Sigil doesn't contribute quite as much to the overall damage output, but there we go. Actually, it might do. I'm not sure. I'm going to look it up. Oh, it's a Diviner rifle. Oh, we're going to have a little bit of boon duration on our power mech then. That's actually fine. All right, there we go. So now we have our full set here. And we need trinkets now. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves those. Now, we have a few pieces of Ascendant, and I will use those, but just for demonstrative purposes, I'm actually going to buy a full set of trinkets, including, yes, I will even buy the amulet, because I just want to see how much this actually costs. I'm just going to go ahead and buy a full set anyway. So 2 rings, 2 earrings. I guess I can't really buy a backpack, because those are kind of annoying. ArenaNet really should do something about that. But you know what? Just because I like burning gold, I will actually go ahead and buy a backpack as well. Let's see. What are we going to do here? What's the cheapest one? Is it like the monkey one? The monkey one is 11 gold. How much is the tiger one? The rabbit looks to be a little bit cheaper. 7 gold, 38. So let's go ahead and pick up the rabbit backpack. So that's it. We now have a full set. And bear in mind, I didn't need to spend all that, because, of course, I already have some ascended pieces. I got some in the bank as well. I've got some rings and that I can use. I've got the crystalline band. I've got the red ring of death as well. I think I've got on my other character. I'll go grab that in just a moment and bring that over to this guy. But yeah, we're actually already basically good to go. And we spent about 50 gold. So yeah, there's the number, guys. 50 gold for a full set of power DPS gear that will get you through early fractals, strike missions, raids. But there you have it. That's a full set. You can see we have our armor there. And we have this. Oh, I guess we didn't pay for the weapon. So I guess we've got to add a little bit extra for the weapon. How much would the weapon cost us? Ooh, is there a clever weapon we can get? Let's see if we can be clever with the weapon. Power and ferocity. So let's see if we can be smart. Is there a good rifle? Is there a stat selectable rifle? That's a good question. And we need exotic here as well. Well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look. Yeah. You can. Yeah. The Charzuka. The Charzuka, guys. Look at that. Oh, that's a Berserker rifle. And it's got a decent sigil on it, to be fair. It wouldn't be one that we would use. But there you have it. We actually have our Charzuka, which would get us all the way. We love to see that. That is a 50 silver full Berserker thing. And then it would simply be the Force and Impact Sigil, Force and Air Sigil, which is a little bit better for single target. And then away you go. Yeah, so just a shave over 50 gold for a full set of DPS gear that will get you through basically everything. And remember, 50 gold is, let's say we go really slow and we're farming about 15 gold per hour. That's basically 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours of farming, and you can have a build that can clear pretty much everything in the game outside of high-level fractals, because you need Ascendant for that. But other than that, you're good to go. 50 gold. Pretty insane, right? Huge. Okay, I'm going to go do the Necro while we figure out Ascended gear for this guy. So let's do the Necro. Now, obviously, this is a little bit more expensive for Condi builds. Condi builds are a little bit more of a pain to gear. We're going to be making 2 builds here. Oh, yes. Yes. Are you ready for this, guys? I'm so ready. Gamers, we are going to be gearing Heal Scourge. Oh, yeah. Because I've had enough. I've had enough. Seriously, I've had enough. I've had enough of people wiping. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And I'm going to have to show people the power of Heal Scourge again. I'm going to have to show it on stream a lot. And I mean a lot. I'm going to have to force people to play it. And we're going to be doing that on the Zero to Hero. We are going to be going big on Heal Scourge. We're going to be going unhinged on Heal Scourge. Full Heal Scourge. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm realizing that I actually need another equipment template. Because I have my World versus World Necro thing here, kind of set up. And I'm going to have a Condi DPS here. I'm going to need an equipment template. Oh, man, 400 gems. Ah! Oh, that's going to hurt. That is pain. Oh, I guess my open world core Necro build is going to have to take a back seat for a while. That's going to have to go. Let's go ahead and do the Viper build first, I think. Yeah, let's do the Viper build first. Yeah. Okay. So, before we actually go on to how I'm actually going to gear this character and how you can do it any time of the year, I actually want to talk about the Lunatic set. You get this for doing a bunch of achievements at Halloween, and this will give you, again, they're very easy, very fast, by the way, and this is just flat-out stat-selectable exotic gear that's also, check this out, this is also account-bound. So most exotics, when you equip them, it's bound to that character, right? And you can't move them around anymore. Not the case with this. You can actually move it around all over the place, which is super, super convenient, obviously. So if you have, Viper, you could use it on multiple Condi builds, as long as they're the same armor weight, obviously. But yeah, however, we're not going to do that because I actually want to really showcase bladed armor. This is, oh my god, this is actually insane. Like, this is a free gear. Look at this. Check this out. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Because I've been playing a bit of World vs. World. Check this out, guys. So I have bladed coat. And don't worry, I will explain this. No, I'm going to explain it now. No, we got to explain now. We can't get too ahead of ourselves. So, bladed armor. How do we get this? Simple. Verdant Brink. One, you can get it in their little boxes about the map, the airship cargo. You need a crowbar, do events, get crowbars, open them. You can get them as a drop for completing the meta bosses. And you also get the coat for doing a tier 4 Verdant Brink. So basically, for completing the entire thing and upgrading all the bases, you get a coat box at the end. However, you can also buy everything except the coat from this frog. You need the frog speak, basically. But then you can buy headgear, shoulders, glove, leggings, boots for 500 airship parts, which is very easy to get, by the way. Just run around the map, completing events. Just do the daily meta event, run around, get your airship parts, open the cargo. Easy peasy. Love to see it. And then you go to this frog, and then it's 1 gold for a piece of any gear you want. Just to kind of give you an idea of how insane that is, we're going to be getting Viper gear on this guy. Check this out. If we wanted to buy a Viper coat, 11 gold. Viper legs, 11 gold. So we're saving 10 gold. These 500 airship parts, that is 10 gold of value. This is the power of currencies. So let's get to it. And the second part, by the way, I also have Warlord's armor boxes. Look, I'm just going to say this now. Right now, World versus World is hot. Seriously, it's actually got a bit of a reputation as not being very rewarding. But actually, you know what? No, I don't even agree with that. World vs. World right now is juicy. One, you get just a bunch of materials and stuff like that for running around. The new reward system is nice. You rank up way faster. That gives you some good liquid gold. You get the champion bags, all that kind of good stuff. Loads of materials with the pips. You get the, even some mystic coins. Wow, that's crazy. Right, that's absolutely insane, guys. But look at this. For completing the bronze chest, you also get the Warlord's armor box, and this gives you a piece of exotic gear once a week, basically, that is totally stat selectable. Again, same deal as the bladed armor, so really nice for gearing up a character. You can actually get a lot of these from PvP as well, if you're into that sort of thing, just from playing ranked PvP. But we've got a few of these from World vs. World, which we're going to go ahead and use to gear up our Necromancer here. It is, it's going to be beautiful. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. And even better, I actually want to mention this, by the way. It's not, because I'm doing a lot of World vs. World now because I need 7 Gifts of Battle to get loads of legendaries. But here's the thing. When you complete these reward tracks for the first time, you get an insane amount of Mystic Clovers. For Bureau Marches, I believe you get 11 for the first time. When you do Drizzlewood Coast, it's 14 Mystic Clovers for the first time. And for all the others, it's 7. It also lets you bypass loads of open world stuff. For example, you can get the Living World Season 3 and Season 4 currencies. You can get the skins required to do the legendary trinkets, which means you don't have to do any of the achievements, so you can just keep on farming, right? It is absolutely epic. And you get loads of materials along the way. You got the pips, you got the reward tracks, you got the new reward system, you got the loot bags, you got the champ bags. Man, free gear as well, really cheap gear. And you can unlock elite specs. Look at this, that's a full elite spec worth of Testing of Jade Heroics, and I haven't even played that much. World versus World, it's hot right now, guys. Very high utility, very good game. And you don't get that much gold still from it, but you get value, right? And I would encourage everyone to think about value in terms of the gold number, right? Because, you know, gold will get you your goals, but so will value. And you'll notice that I've actually geared a lot of characters so far. I haven't spent that much gold, right? I've got a bunch of ascended characters set up, some exotic characters going as well. We haven't spent that much. And I overspent to deliberately demonstrate buying the Nika's gear, when of course we could have used bladed armor, saving a huge amount of, well, I guess not for Berserker gear, it's not that good. Because, you know, Berserker gear is actually cheaper than this. But we could have saved some gold by not buying those trinkets at least. But anyway, let's go. Bladed coat. Oh man, we're going to look so edgy. This is going to be crazy. Gloves. Headgear. Okay, and then we need... What do we need after this? So we need to get the legs, I think. Legs, shoulders, and feet. We're going to look a little bit weird. But you know what? That's fine. Okay, and very straightforward. This is kind of true of most Condi builds, to be fair. But for Condi Necro, it's full Viper. This is especially true on Exotic. I'm pretty sure every Condi build in Exotic would be full Viper. Maybe with a few exceptions, actually. But in general, because you obviously don't get quite as much expertise as in Condi duration, you typically can just get away with full Viper, I think. And, by the way, the reasoning behind this is very similar to Critical Strike Chance, right? There are a few exceptions to this, by the way, but in general, you always want to go with maxed out expertise because, well, if your Condis last twice as long, they do double damage, right? So they tick for twice as long. So it's like a flat modifier to how much they do compared to increment. Of course, expertise makes your condition damage better because if you have more expertise, your Condis last longer, they tick more times, you get more value out of your condition damage because every tick of a condition does a flat amount of damage plus some of your condition damage. So the longer it ticks, the more you get value out of that condition damage. So expertise and Condi damage scale with each other, right? Or rather, condition damage scales with expertise. So the more expertise you have, the better your Condi duration is. The better your Condi damage is. And, again, you can't go over 100%, so that's why you stop making expertise, stop getting more duration once you've maxed out. And depending on what runes you're using, how much extra duration your profession has, that's obviously going to change. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. And, yeah, just as a brief recap here, 15 expertise gives you 1% condition duration. So let's go ahead and get our Viper's gear set up here. I think we might just buy Viper's trinkets with exotics. We probably have a few random things that we can spend, but I kind of want to save my currencies for something else. Okay, so let's replace this build here with these exotics. Okay, here we go. So now we need to get a scepter and a torch, and a scepter and then a warhorn. That's the standard setup for Condi Scourge. And we need nightmare runes. So it's back to dungeons for us. However, good news. I actually already have a nightmare rune. I actually got it from the Ley Energy Matter Converter, funnily enough. And that means we are kind of good to go in this regard. That means that we can actually get all of them without doing any more dungeons, at least for now. I will not dye the armor. This is how this character looks. This is my RP. Don't deny my RP, guys. Let's see, do we have anything? Oh, yeah, we have the torch, right? Yeah, Living Water Torch. Do I have anything else that I can use? Ah, yeah, here you go. We have our talisman. Once again, getting some value out of that. And let's go ahead and set this up. We're just going to get our Viper back piece. And you can see the legendaries are putting in work here. This is making our entire process just so much better. Look at that. And then we have our talisman can throw that in there, and that can be Viper again. So we've already got 3 out of 6 Viper. That's basically going to be saving us gold, just in the long run, flat out. I don't think we actually have any... Yeah, we're surprisingly kind of lacking on trinkets here a little bit, aren't we? But there's our Nightmare Rune. And then we need to go to Lion's Arch again to get the thing. Get the other runes. And you might be saying, oh, but Teapot, weren't you going to use the boots on this guy? Change my mind, because I want to send it on my mech. I'm actually going to transmute the malicious boots over on the mech. Ha! There you go. I didn't forget about it. I win. I think we're using these weapon chests, aren't we? We need a scepter. And we need a warhorn. I don't think I have any of those things. Do I have any of those things? No. But we do have weapon chests. So we can get around that and then just transmute them over. Change those stats. No problem. I did kind of forget about this, but another thing for the exotic gearing, by the way, guys, is you can get some really, you can actually kind of skip the, airship parts by buying Shoulders of the Ebon Vanguard Choice Chest. That will be 3 gold, but that's stat selectable. Any armor you want there. So you can kind of save on some airship parts. And the same is true. Look, I even went out of my way to get some of these guys. The Ice Golem Moorbox. You can buy those on the TP for 1 gold, and that will give you a stat selectable headpiece. So that would have been a slightly more intelligent choice. But listen, I'm on a roll right now. I'm going to unequip these weapons because they're annoying me. I'm putting on the torch, and it's a Viper torch. Hell yeah. Okay. To Lion's Arch. I need to take the portal. Let's go. I am the fungus. Man, this character looks so bad now. I love it. What armor pieces do you have? Twilight Arbor. And we need 5 Nightmare Runes. Okay, good. And now I think we have all 6. So let's go ahead and put our Nightmare Runes. This is just a classic rune. You can see here, Condi damage and loads of extra condition duration. 20% extra condition duration. Scourge actually applies quite a wide range of conditions, so we want to have our overall expertise really high. Scourge applies bleeding, poison, torment, and burning, and even some vulnerability. So having really high expertise here is really nice. It's very, very nice for us to have that. Is it worth investing in ascended weapons on this character? I think the answer is actually yes. So let's go ahead and do that. Right, so 2 weapons chests. I mean, all these stats are complete. Ooh, that's not worthless. Magi stats. We're going to use that on Heal Necro. All this stuff is basically worthless. Soldier and Knight stats. Terrible stats. So let's go ahead and use this. We need a scepter. There's the wand. And we also need a warhorn. So, inscription. Ectos. And here we go. Same old story. Anthology of Heroes 2. Forge. In the Forge. We know this by now. There it is. We got our Yathsith's wand. And here comes the warhorn as well. Lovely. So now our Scourge is looking very good. So here's the scepter, and there we have the warhorn in the offset. We have Nightmare Runes, which is lovely. And now we need to actually get our sigils. So this is going to be a pretty classic setup. Torment. It turns out Sigil of Torment is actually very good. Just right off the bat, it's just a very strong sigil because 2 stacks of Torment, even in AoE on a short cooldown, is very nice. This is actually a really good sigil on a lot of Condi builds flat out, but it's even better on Scourge because here we get 25% extra damage on our Torment. So, Tormenting Sigil. Bit painful, that one, to be fair. That's a 10 gold one. Oof! And then it's Bursting Sigil, which is basically the condition damage equivalent of Force. Just 5% more condition damage. I feel like it used to be 6%, but now it's 5%. There we go. Oh, yeah, it worked a bit differently. It basically gave you 6% extra condition damage before. They changed it to be a lot better. Bursting Sigil. Now, the question is, would I want Bursting Sigil on my Warhorn as well, or would I like a Paralyzation Sigil? I almost want a Paralyzation Sigil. because when I'm on this Warhorn, I want to be going for as much Defiance Bar as possible. Actually, it's not that much of a big deal, is it? Because it's not days anymore. And I think the Paralyzation Sigil does affect the bonus Defiance Break. I believe it pushes it up to a 130 Defiance Break, because that's just how it works. But I don't think it's worth it, right? No, it's going to be another Bursting Sigil. It used to be when that was days, but not anymore. Okay, so, and here's a little tip. Check this out. Check this out. Expensive Sigil, try and put it on one weapon. So notice that we use a Sigil in both of our sets. So we can use the same Sigil on both weapon sets. So we can put the 10 gold one on the wand, and then the cheaper ones on the off weapons. Because imagine we did it the other way around, right? If I put the Bursting on the main weapon, then I have to buy 2 10 gold Sigils, which would obviously cost me a fair bit more. Let's unequip our Berserker stuff. So now we've got to figure out how we're doing this. I think we're just going to go ahead and buy Exotic here. We could maybe squeeze a little bit more out of the currencies that we have. We could use the fractal currency again. Maybe we'll... Yeah, we can do that. There's no reason for us to not do this, is there, really? Yeah, we can do a little bit better, I think. I'm slightly loath to spend this Season 3 currency because I'm going for Aurora, and having 250 already is really nice because honestly the Gathering is pain. So, I don't think I want to do this. You know what, guys? I'm looking at this now. I think I'd rather wait for Eternal Ice Shards and just buy some Living World Season 4 currency because I don't want to run around the map pressing F, or I'll do Winter Berries. I don't think, and here's another important thing, you don't need everything perfect right now. I do not need Ascended gear on all of these characters. I am completely content with having Exotic, no Copium. But I tell you what, I will do the Fractal, I'll get a Fractal Ring maybe, because why the hell not? Okay, so let's see. Accessory or rings? Accessory. In general, rings are a little bit more annoying, aren't they? Although, the ring, if you think about it, is slightly higher value, because it means we can get more agony resistance. We can get the rings easily. Rings, easy peasy. Very easy stuff, guys. Very easy. Right, Talisman. Yeah. Hooray! We did it! Okay, 2 rings. I'm just going to buy them. Because check this out. One of the coolest things that ArenaNet did was they actually added Viper gear and a lot of other stats, actually. You can buy exotic, basically any stat in the game directly from the trading post. So for our final 2 pieces of gear, it will be 2 black diamond orichalcum rings. 2 of those, easy. And victory is ours. We now have our Necromancer all set up. Wow. Look at that. Oh, yeah. And this character's good. We're a little bit, yeah, you typically want to have enough condition duration to be maxed out on bleeding when you have 2 shades down. So you can see we'll actually kind of max out when we get food, actually, on this character, which is quite nice. But yeah, big duration there. Get that torment duration up there. Get that bleeding duration maxed out as well. A lot of the damage is bleeding and torment on this character. So there you go. There you have it. We now have a Condi Scourge all ready to go. And you know what? Oh, yeah. Now it's time for an actual good build. We've been playing with this garbage, these horrible builds, very weak builds, kind of on the level of level 1 crab. Now let's get a real build. Let's make a real build. Oh, yeah. We're going to make the best build in the game. And straight up, Mercy runes. This rune is broken. Revive allies 20% faster with 30% more health. But this is important. The way this works is it heals allies you revive for 30% of their health. That's what it actually does. Because when you revive someone, they normally start on 50%. So what this does is it heals them immediately for 30% when you revive them. That scales with healing power. So if you run stuff like Transference Sigil and healing, healing food, this means that if you're a heal Scourge, you res people on max health, and that is massive for restabilizing. This, flat out, look, I can say this with no exaggeration, that full heal Scourge is the strongest build in the game by far. Not even close. Like, pound for pound, it is the best build in the game. And, as you're about to see, it's actually really easy to gear, because you don't even care about stats. You do not care about stats on this build at all, actually. Well, almost not at all. Because all you really need is the runes, the sigils, and vague healing power. That's all you need. So, let's get to it. And this time, we're going to be a bit clever. We're going to use our Ice Golem helmet to get ourselves a really cheap, you can see this really cheap helmet. That is stat selectable. And we're going to go Magi. Okay? We are going to go for a Magi set. We're going to actually build the traditional heal Scourge. So it's going to be full Magi with Mercy Runes. Very classical setup. And we'll do our bladed armor again here. So we'll do bladed vestments. And that's going to be Magi again. We're going to have bladed glove. Yep, there we are. That's going to be Magi again. Here we go. And next, we're going to get the Ebon Vanguard here, because I just want to show that off. I never forget this. I would never forget this ever. 3 gold. Buy that. Lovely. And what do we get here? Is that even worth it? How much is Magi armor? Am I actually trolling? I feel like I'm trolling just to show this off, aren't I? I am trolling. Yeah. But, look. This is important. Now, I'm showing this to everyone. Okay? Everyone will now go, I can get stat selectable for 3 gold. I can save gold on my Viper and Minstrel gear. Because, listen. Okay? Minstrel, look, 13 gold. I can get a Minstrel coat for 3 gold, or, I could get the Minstrel shoulders for 3 gold instead of 15 gold, okay? So I'm showing it off. But, once again, chat, always remember, use the filters. Okay. And, okay, this is funny. This is going to be content. Okay. So, I think Magi trinkets are a bit weird, aren't they? I think they are. Because there's no exotic Magi. Oh, can we get them from ore? I think we can, right? Here we go. Magi Field Guide. And we can just spend a bit of karma on this. And now we are going to have to buy gems for this, aren't we? I think the best one to get is... Let's see what it is. What gem do we want? It might end up being Cleric with the Sapphire Jewel. Can we get some healing without toughness? Ooh. Oh, God. Zealot. 290 each. Ah. Yeah, how about no? Yeah, it's going to be Sapphire. Yep. Just need 4 of these. It's a bit of extra toughness, but we shouldn't be tanking most of the time, even with this. So yeah, remember, when you buy exotics sometimes, they don't have the upgrades in, but fortunately, we can put the upgrades in. This is going to be pain, but I need a build template for this. We need... This is going to be my Condi Scourge. This is the World versus World Scourge build. So yeah, we need a build template. Oh, fucking hell. Ah! Oh! Okay, right, we need to sell some stuff. That's okay, though. We can do that. Okay. Right, I'm going to collect that, and we're buying gems. This is going to be oof. Buying build templates... This is one of the things that genuinely brings a tear to my eye, because this is just one of the very few black marks on ArenaNet's record. Selling this and how incredibly aggressively monetized it is just so sad. It's one of the things that is just... It kind of hurts my soul to look at. Oh, 150 gold and, well, $5 for something that should be a core feature of the game and should obviously be free. And it's not even a good system. Oof. That one hurts. And that's on sale as well, by the way. Normally it's 500 gems, but fine. Here we go. And this is... Oh, look at that. We're stripping down. Heal Scourge. And this, it's going to be Magi. We can, of course, change that to Minstrel if we need to. But again, ideally, you don't want to tank on this build. Because Heal Scourge, you want to run around in little circles, rezzing everyone. You don't really want to be stuck having the boss follow you around. So you want to make sure that someone else has got more toughness than you. Normally, tanks do have more toughness. They'll be like in Minstrel, like at least Celestials, like 1.6k. So the toughness here is not usually going to be a problem, but sometimes it can be. Okay, we want a dagger, and it wants to be Magi. Let's see if we can get a good deal here. See, look, I've learned. I'm using the filter. We're using the filter, guys. Exotic and level 80. Magi's Pearl Carver. 1 gold. Not too bad. Okay, and we'll then get a torch and a warhorn. We need transference sigil here. Let's get that going. I mean, I guess we get paralyzation sigil. Wait, does it work on the bonus defiance break? Does it even work? I don't even know. Maybe I should get a water sigil instead and play the safe option. I think I will. Okay, there we are. Get that going. There we are. Water sigil in the mix. And there you have it. Beautiful stuff, my friends. Oh, yeah. Take this trait now. New build. Banshee's Wail, 10% extra healing. And that affects your revival speed. That's why healing modifiers are so good. Because reviving is kind of healing. So when you have a spell that revives, like Well of Blood here, for example, that 7% revive per second is affected by all of your healing modifiers. So you have 10% from Banshee's Wail. You have your food for 10%. You have your utility for another, like, 10%-ish. You know, it's good. You revive very, very quickly. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Heal Scourge is busted. But yeah, embrace the Heal Scourge. I Am the Fungus has successfully geared himself up. And I think we're going to do crafting now. We're nearly done. We are going back to the mech. Okay. What are we going to do about this? I need another equipment template, and that, it makes me a little bit sad. Well, we do have boots. That's the good news. We have... I mean, we still have some currencies we can use, I think. So we need Diviner Helm, Assassin Shawls, Diviner Chest, Assassin's Gloves, Berserker Legs, and Berserker Boots. So, number 1, we already have boots. We're going to use this Ascended Chest. As you can see there. Next... let's see what we can do with our raid currency. Let's see what we can get with our raids. Because, again, from all the boot camp stuff and some pugs, we have some raid currency. Actually, relog. Because I have some minis that I can get rid of on my Guardian. Okay, so we can actually... wait. Oh, we have to go in the... oh, no, here you go. Yeah. So we can... when you get mini drops from a raid, you can actually turn them into magnetite shards. 40 each, as you can see here. I mean, I do like the minis, actually, and I'll probably unlock them eventually. But for now, let's just get the extra magnetite. And, we can get 2 pieces here. Yes, we can. And I think the intelligent move is to go head and another piece. Ooh. What's efficient here? So I think we'll do head and gloves. Yeah, because 2 pieces are the best we can do. So let's get a head piece and the gloves. I'll get the... no, I'm getting the shoulders. Head shoulders. So that's another 2 pieces. So now all we need is the other stuff. Okay. So we need chest, legs, and gloves. Ooh, I feel like we're barely not going to have enough stuff. This was such a huge misplay. I should have crafted the heavy set. Oh, that would have been so good. I should have crafted the heavy set and then used the boxes for the medium. But that's okay. We live and we learn. Okay, that's going back in there. So now I think we're going to Eye of the North. Oh, you know, I don't know why people got so mad at me for doing this, but I'm going to use all of my green shards and turn them into blue shards. Yeah, 317. Yeah. Oh. Ooh. So remember, we need legs and gloves. And we can get legs and gloves, but we're going to be just short on the chest. Is there any... Have we got anything else that we can figure out? I don't think so. I think we have, in fact, been defeated in this situation. Well, I guess we're not going full Ascended on the NG. That's all right, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sad that I kind of messed up there. I could have actually geared everything, but I forgot that I should have crafted the heavy set. I'm actually... No, I'm mad. Nope. Fuck it. We're leveling level working. I'm not giving up. Nope. I am not going to let this defeat me. I will not lose. I refuse to lose. You ooze, you lose, guys. And I will not ooze. I'm going to sell some more stuff. Crafting it is. Okay. I have now made it. I have 500 leather worker. Very good. We've got a problem here. Okay, we need the recipe for this, because I need... Okay, right, I think we have to make a decision. Yeah, you need laurels, but that's okay, because I actually have 5. And you know what? Gamers? I want to actually say something. Are you ready? You know how I said I should have crafted the heavy set? I can't craft the heavy set because I don't have any laurels. Therefore, I didn't actually fuck up. I thought I made a mistake, but actually, I'm perfect in every way, and it doesn't count. There it is. And my patience... Here we go. My patience has now paid off. My patience has paid off. Check this out. Because I now know that I need to craft the chest piece, because I can only craft one thing, and I need to buy the other with my blue shards. So I buy the other 2 pieces with blue shards, and I craft the chest piece. That's what we do. Here we go. Diviner's Ascended Armor Recipe Book. That's 5... Wait, this is the correct one. Diviner stack combination. So, what do we need for our wonderful Ascended thing? Okay. Steel Stars Insignia. Oh, no. I can't buy this. Am I out of luck? I might be out of luck here, guys. I might be doomed. It might be over. Can I make a Vision Crystal at least? I do have enough of those. I do have enough of those. I do have enough of those. That's nice. That's actually a bit of a problem, isn't it? Well, that's just unfortunate, guys. I did all of that for nothing. Ah, no, there isn't. I don't have 5 laurels. I am fucked. Well, that's slightly inconvenient, isn't it? There's no way I can get enough achievement points. I need 300 achievement points to get another 5 laurels. We are actually time-gated, guys. We just have to wait. Unlucky. Bit unfortunate there. You know, there's probably a much easier way of doing this. But you know what? Sometimes you just go full commit. You commit hard, guys. I think I've used everything I've got, though. Yeah, there's not really much of a way around that. But that's okay. The good news is, I can go and get the other 2 pieces from Eye of the North. Let's go ahead and do that. And hey, we want to have all the crafting maxed out anyway. So, if you think about it, it's not that bad. Right, blue shards. So, now what we're going to do here, we need a few more pieces. We need... Oh yeah, we need to transmute the boots. That's fine. And let's see, what do we need here? We need legs and gloves. We're going to craft the coat. 1 piece off, guys. You kidding me? Right, let's go sort these boots out. For the boots, we just need a Berserker insignia. And then we just turn these malicious boots into Berserker boots. Let's go. Okay, there we are. And we have Zosia's Striders. Zosia. Zosia. Okay. And Scholaroon. Here we go. 23 gold. Okay. And slot those runes in. Here we go. Boom. Oh, yeah. So, look at this. Look at this. What have we accomplished today? So we have to wait a couple of days to get the laurels to craft our ascended chest here, which will be good. So we need steel stars, guys. So all we need for that is a little bit of this. Job done. Get the long coat padding. So we need 1 damask for that. And we need 5... Oof! Oh, 5 Alonian leather squares. That's a little painful, but actually it's not that painful. It's 12 gold. Then we need to make the insignia, which isn't going to be too hard. Should be pretty free when that happens. But after that, we're going to have a lot of stuff geared up, guys. We got a lot of stuff geared up.